Okay. So let's see. Picking up on, where were we, number 30? So still same thing, just evaluate using substitution. And some of them you may not necessarily need to use substitution because we may be able to find a different way to rewrite problems in order to not have to do that. This will be one of those in particular. So this is 3. Gosh, it's still glitching anyways. The sine, oh my goodness, what is happening? Nope, I need an X. This is when it started doing this to me yesterday. It's like dancing. So 3 sine of x to the negative 2 dx. So I can take the 3 out of this. Now, I could obviously do this a different way. Or I could obviously do this using substitution. But there's another way I can do this one, so I'm going to show it that way. So we can do 3, the integral of, so the sine of x raised to the negative 2 would be the same thing as 1 over the sine squared of x dx. What's 1 over sine squared? So this would be 3, the integral of cosecant squared of x dx. And what is the antiderivative of cosecant squared of x?
Negative.
Yep, so this will be negative 3 cotangent of x plus c. So this one, I could have done use substitution for sine of x and then gone about it that way, but actually that probably would have ended up making the problem a lot harder because the derivative of sine of x is what?
Cosine.
Yeah, cosine of x, and I don't have a cosine in the problem, so that would have just led to another entire whole thing that I would have had to deal with, so it's actually smarter for me to do it this way on this particular one. Why they randomly threw this one in there, I don't know, but anyways. Nonetheless, there it is. I mean, I don't know if they were actually trying to get us to get here, but there was still no use substitution, and the whole point of this section substitution. So, anyways. 32. The integral of the square root of cotangent of x, then outside of the square root, I've got cosecant squared of x dx. So any ideas what u should be for this problem? And if you're ever not sure, think about is there anything in here that if I take the derivative of it, I get to something else in my problem?
So I'm gonna say it should be cosecant. Or cotangent works too.
Okay. Why is it so crooked?
Yeah, I agree with Virginia.
All right, so cotangent of x, so what is du?
Negative cosecant of x.
Cosecant squared.
Cosecant squared.
So now I have cosecant squared, I don't have the negative, so this is just going to be negative du equals cosecant squared of x dx. So now I've got negative integral of, I'm going to rewrite this as u to the 1/2 instead of writing it under the radical. And then du. Antiderivative of that would be what? I'm going to go ahead and write the negative down. And then I just plug in cotangent. And obviously, a lot of times we write the exponent like cotangent squared of x, but in this case, I'm going to write it as cotangent of x raised to the 3/2. Just since it's a fraction one, it makes it a little, I mean, I can still write it that way, but it's just a little bit weird. So the cotangent of x to the 3/2 plus c. Ooh, this next one's an interesting one. The integral of tangent to the 7th of x over 2 times secant squared of x over 2 dx. So any thoughts on what u should be? Okay. So if I write u as x over 2, what's the derivative?
1/2.
1/2. Is there a 1/2 in here? What do I still have if I do that?
Maybe we go like tangent. Like,
Why would we choose tangent?
Because when we
Yes,
go,
secant
when we do
squared.
the, you say it.
Because you can get secant squared when you do the antiderivative.
Yep. And so what I would do is rather than it just being x over 2, I would do the tangent of x over 2. Sometimes it's just the trig function, sometimes it's the whole piece. So u is going to be the tangent of x over 2. So then du would be what? Yep. This is really annoying me.
Mine just started doing it too.
Yours is doing the same thing?
Yes, where it like lags when you're writing.
It's so annoying.
I'm glad that my pencil doesn't.
And I like what's weird is I was just thinking, I was like, I'm so bad mine's not doing that, and then it started doing it. It's like no.
So now, do I have a 1/2 in there?
No.
So I would multiply and say 2 du equals secant squared of x over 2 dx. I'm going to try to like reconnect the pencil here and see if that will like...
Oh goodness.
It's struggling,
That's like
okay.
a whole different font.
Okay. So this now is 2 times the integral, nope, that didn't help, of u to the 7th du. Now that's much easier to deal with, obviously. So what is the antiderivative here?
1/8 u to the 8
Yep.
plus c.
I almost forgot the plus c. So then that's going to give me 1/4, and then this will be, since this is to the 8th, I'm just going to write tangent to the 8th of x over 2. You could do it like we did in the last one, obviously, and then plus c. Yeah, Virginia, there's an update it said on the iPad when I looked earlier, so you may need to run the update when you get home.
I hate when that has to do that because I use my iPad all the time.
I know. And I try sometimes. It's supposed to do it overnight, but it didn't do it, I guess, last night, so.
Virginia's an iPad kid.
I am. I use it for.
Me too.
Yeah.
I didn't even have an iPad till literally college.
I didn't have one
And
until
to think you're
last
both
year.
adults.
Huh?
True. We're both adults. Oh yeah, I see the song.
I mean, I just have mine, like, playing. Like, I guess I've always had, like, some sort of music playing. Like, I literally... Don't judge. I used to sit at my desktop computer and place like shows, not Netflix, but like I would watch like the Andy Griffith Show, like the TV Land like website. I would go and there was 5 episodes a week. So for a week straight, I would just watch those 5 episodes
I just something
on loop.
Something going, or else you just can't.
Yeah, I can't just do stuff in silence. I don't like it. Freaks me out.
Yeah. And I
Like if I'm cooking, cleaning, whatever, I've got to have something playing. I don't have to look at it. I just need it playing. It can be the other day I was cooking with TV on in the other room.
It just has to be something like that. I actually background. I always have like my background shows.
I'm getting tired of doing these.
I'm getting tired.
I've been tired. I think it's because I took allergy medicine yesterday. The integral of dx over the sine squared of 3x. I was about to write dx and then I realized it was written on top. So the first thing I would do is rewrite this. How can I rewrite this?
1 over sine squared of 3x dx. No.
Yes, that wasn't what I was going for, but that is true.
Cosecant squared of 3x.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have done what Virginia was doing first, though, just to.
That's fine. You can. That was not where I was going with it. I was like, huh? It's sometimes I have to remember that everybody doesn't just think like I can say, how can we rewrite this? And there's like 4 different ways to rewrite something, and I'm like, that wasn't the one I wanted.
Close enough.
Like, well, it's true. So somebody at the door.
I don't think so.
If they are, they're short.
Yeah.
Small child. So what should you be?
At home.
Asleep.
Negative cotangent of 3x. No. Maybe not 3x.
Is that in the problem?
Well,
You
I was
has to be
thinking-
something in the problem.
Well, I was thinking how we would get, how we would get mu to equal that thing.
Try what's in parentheses.
Is it 3x? I just didn't think about like how that would.
I thought that would be too simple.
Yeah, me too.
So what is du?
Come on, Virginia.
What?
Derivative of 3x.
3.
So 3dx. I don't have a 3 in the problem, aside from my u value, so I'm going to divide. So 1/3 du equals dx. So then I've got 1/3 the integral of cosecant squared of u du. Antiderivative is
I'm forgetting. I'll let you take this one, Josh.
Negative 1/3 cotangent of u. Let's see.
Yep. So then I've got negative 1/3 cotangent of 3x plus c. want to switch to physics.
Not really.
I just don't want to do anything.
But
There's one more of these ones, and then it's like a different topic within here, so we could do this. I have 4 more pages of examples.
okay, it's gonna turn off.
No! I don't know why, I'm just like struggling right now.
It's
Like-
also because the iPad is acting up.
I've
It's
been
just not as
struggling
fun.
all day.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just like a combo of I'm not used to doing this many of these.
Usually, yeah.
Okay. 6 cosine of t over 2 plus sine of t all squared dt.
It's giving quotient rule.
It is, but that's not what I'm doing.
Yeah, I know, but it's giving quotient.
What do we think you might be?
Depressed.
Done with calculus.
Um,
It's like so hard. Like after this, I think we have like 3 or 4 more sections, and then we're done with new material. It's just like it's like so
Right
close, but
there.
like so far.
Virginia, you take this one.
I'm gonna say 2 plus sine of t.
Yep.
Yes. Wild guess.
Josh, derivative.
Cosine of t dt.
Cost.
Cost of
So now I'm going to take the 6 off the top and put it out front. So I will have 6 integral 1 over u squared du. So that's 6 the integral of u to the negative 2 du. Antiderivative is
I want to say it's negative.
it is negative.
And Virginia, you got the rest.
I don't.
Add
To
1.
the negative 1.
Beautiful.
Plus c.
Oh,
Yep.
see. Yeah.
And then I can, this is technically negative 6 over u. I'm just going to go ahead and replace u as I do it. So negative 6 over 2 plus the sine of t plus c. I don't know why I was struggling to get that out.
Oh, goodness.
Oh,
She's got
I
this.
think we should do 39 because this is something different than any of the other ones we've done so far.
That's odd.
So funny.
It's a knee slapper right there.
No, not the knees.
The integral of dx over x ln of x.
I'm gonna say ln
Why did you choose ln of x?
because then you're left with n over x.
And what's the derivative of ln of x?
1 over x.
Yeah. Nice and easy.
Yeah.
So I've got over here the integral of, I was glitching, 1 over u du. What's the antiderivative of 1 over u?
ln of u plus c.
ln And technically we should put absolute value because that value could end up being,
Absolute value.
yeah, plus C, and then we replace ln of the ln of x
Oh my god.
plus C. I'm like a small child.
It is a small child.
Sounds like an infant. Maybe like a toddler, but
I mean, probably as is. Never mind. That's me.
okay. Do y'all want to keep going or do you want to do something else?
Let me just keep going.
Yeah. Just,
Okay.
what is something else?
Physics.
No. No. Keep going.
The
All I
farther
know
we
is-
get today, then the more likely you are to have a work day tomorrow. So
Yeah, you want to work it tomorrow.
Yeah, I need to work good. I didn't do homework from yesterday.
alright. We'll do like 3 more if we can get through all of them. What is happening?
I still don't know where my piano lesson is, by the way.
Is Jenny leaving you undelivered?
Yep. For 27 minutes now.
Alright. These are the same thing, they're just harder.
Oh.
Ew.
Use the given trigonometric identity to set up a U substitution and then evaluate the definite or indefinite integral. So I have the integral of secant to the 4th of x dx. And they have told me that secant squared of x is equal to 1 plus tangent squared of x. So, I'm going to rewrite secant to the 4th of x as secant squared of x times secant squared of x dx. It's glitching. And then I'm going to take this and plug this in for one of them. So I'm going to have the integral of secant squared of x times 1 plus tangent squared of x. Now mine's just lagging instead of it like shifting the whole page dx. Now, any suggestions as to what you might be?
Tired.
I think we're all delirious right now.
Ooh, that word.
1 plus tangent square.
There, I don't think that's how you spell delirious.
No.
Just
Tangent.
tangent. Because then du is what?
Secant squared.
Secant squared. I was like flashing. So now I've got the integral of 1 plus u squared du. Put the parentheses for Josh.
Thanks, I guess.
Antiderivative of this is
U plus 1/3 U cubed.
I was about to write du cubed. And now I simply just plug back in. Oh, what do we forget?
I said plus.
Yeah,
Oh.
what did you forget? That's the real question.
I was looking at flipping the paper.
It's on video. I said it.
I heard it too. So
It was
shoot.
quiet, but I was there.
Does that mean y'all want a cookie point?
Yes.
We always want cookie points, you know this.
We need to get ahead of 8th grade.
Yeah, you messed up. Like, you literally messed up so many times that they got cookie points.
We can't let them have that.
I gotta do something to get them paying attention.
Right, but you got them to pay attention too much.
Well, sometimes I'm a little more lenient with giving them cookie points than other classes.
Yeah. They're probably gonna be jealous when they see that we have more cookie points than them.
For real.
As they should be.
People will be like, why do we need to know trig identities? This is why. 50. The integral.
Well, I mean, most of them probably aren't gonna be taking calculus, so.
Well, we're changing the rules that to be in mu off theta, you have to stay in math.
Oh, really?
Oh, good.
So they're going to have to stay in a math class.
Does, like, consumer math or something count?
Yeah,
Okay.
just any math. Trying to also incentivize not doing math. Like, because sitting out of math before going to college is like the worst idea ever. And a lot of people don't understand that, so that's why we're doing it.
I think that the people who, like, sit out of math are just, like, wimps, you know? Because math isn't even that hard. They're just afraid of it for some reason.
And I said, like, the only exception I would make is if you, like, take, say, like, a double math, like, junior year.
Like me.
Yeah. Like, that would be the only exception. Because essentially that's how science is. You have to stay in a science because you have to have a minimum of so many. So, like, basically we said case-by-case basis we could make an exception. If somebody takes, like, all the math that they need,
Yeah.
like, there's no reason for somebody to go back and take college algebra if they've already had AP pre-cal.
Yeah.
Like, other than just to keep you in math and keep you, like, alert and ready. But, like, if you've already had it, there's no reason to force you to go back and take something you really don't need. So, okay. Cosine of 2x equals
Exasperated.
2 cosine squared of x minus 1. I don't know why. I'm just, like, so done with this. Like,
Yeah. I'm just.
I feel like I'm literally just, like, going through the motion doing this, and this isn't, like, an easy problem either. It just, I don't know. Okay. So sometimes they give us, this is a double angle identity that we had last year. Sometimes they give us something like this and we have to manipulate it in order to help us over here, because I can't just, like, plug this in, right? That's not the same thing. Cosine squared of x is not cosine of 2x, contrary to what some people think. If people do that a lot. So I'm going to get cosine squared over here by itself. So I'm going to have cosine of 2x, and then I'm going to do this 1 plus that so that it's not confusing, equals 2 cosine squared of x. Now, at this point, I can be done. Why?
Because you can, like, because that 4 over there is a constant and you can take, like, 2 of it out.
Yes. So
Run
this
away
can
with
become 2 times the integral of 2 cosine squared of x dx.
By the way, my piano teacher read my message at 3:05.
Oh, good.
That means she'll probably reply. Unless she just doesn't.
She'll be like, no, I don't want to talk to him.
Hopefully she doesn't say, like, right after school.
Like, alright.
Because
That
it
would-
takes, like, 15 minutes to get to her house, and I have to stop by the bank to get money.
For what?
My lessons.
Oh.
Oh, man.
What the heck is that? What'd she say right after school?
She said 3:30 or 3:45.
You just run 3:45.
Just be like, so 3:45, cool.
Alright, see you then.
Yeah, I'm letting my parents know. at the start, well, like we kind of end up like chatting like half the lesson.
And then you actually start.
Wait, how did you just get it to light up again? I mean, I saw the finger pop up on the screen, but like it,
So nonchalant.
it was so big. And like
It was just there.
I'm glitching.
That was my iPad. Interesting.
Nah.
Okay, anyways. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Had to answer an email. Okay. Any ideas here on what you should be?
Sad.
Wait. That 1 plus cosine 2x.
It can't be the whole thing.
Oh.
I can just take the antiderivative of that.
We just make it 1.
It's not gonna help you.
Cosine of 2x. Cosine of x. 2x.
There we go, 2x.
Yeah. I'm
So
smart.
du is
2. dx.
2dx.
so 1/2 du equals dx. Also, I'm voting we stop after this one. The one after
Yeah.
this is brutal.
I agree then.
All right, so this becomes basically 2 over 1/2, so it's just gone. And then 1 plus the cosine of u du. Antiderivative of 1.
X. Wait.
Oh no! Where'd it go? What variable are we using?
Oh, u. I was about to say du.
Antiderivative of cosine of u.
Negative sine of u. Sine of u. Plus c.
Thank you, Virginia.
And then I just do some replacement. So I've got 2x plus the sine of 2x plus c. Wee. Where's my c?
There it is.
It's just gone.
Beautiful. 52 is a doozy. So we're going to not do that one right now. But that's where we'll pick up, not tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and give you a few problems to this point so that, one, you have something to do tomorrow, and then we'll do a little bit of physics tomorrow. Let's see, 3, 9, in...
As in you and Virginia, right?
Yes. 17 through 23, pick 2. Obviously not ones that we've done. And then 25 through 43, pick 4. And then 47 and 49. And then we've got just left 52, 54, 58, 60, and 66. Just 2.5 pages of examples left.